That that's the sound you want in the beginning of an intro. Okay, I'm professional. Hey guys, it's me. I always forget, like I get caught. I've been doing so much recording recently, just with Dead by Daylight and everything, that I forget that I don't have to do the intro for this one. But I like it. I don't know. Welcome back to another episode of Letters from the Field. It's God, when was the last time I played? Oh God. Infinite Warfare. When was the last time this happened? I don't even know.
He's fucking...
Especially multiplayer. Like I haven't touched multiplayer in so long. Oh nope.
We're in the lead.
Yep. Just mute all. Just mute everyone. Oh yeah. So what happened this week? I don't know what is in the water of my town, but there was some rare animals trying to commit suicide, and they were like going in front of my car, and it was terrifying because even though I greenlit myself as a psychopath, I don't want to kill the fluffy animals, even when they're not fluffy. So let me explain. I was driving over to go visit my dad. He now lives somewhat close by, so we can do that. And
Enemy UAV in your position.
basically what happened was that on my way to his house, on like the main highway looking road, there was this giant iguana. And I don't know if there are iguanas just everywhere where you guys live. But that's not the case for us, for me. And just the fact that there's this giant iguana just running up the road from where I was, and kind of like in my way, was like, I'm gonna kill this thing. This is like, what is happening? And then I tried to like swerve out of the way to like not hit the iguana that was just running up the bloody highway, and I kind of swerved out of the way, and it wasn't until like after I was done swerving, it was like, oh, I could have just caused a massive accident because I didn't want to run over an iguana. And then I posed my next question of, why was there an iguana here? There shouldn't have been an iguana. What is happening to my small town? Even though it's not really a small town. Okay, so I got that. I was kind of scared about that. Okay. So let's talk about some the controversy around the video game scene that's going on right now. And I did say controversy not because I don't know how to pronounce controversy, or because I'm a douchebag. And I actually had that conversation with my mom this week, and she's like, you realize that if you ever do become an English teacher, right, and you keep saying it that way, you're going to get in trouble because you're not going to be able to say it right. Because you're going to become so used to saying it this other way. What just happened? What blew up in my face? That you're going to just say it wrong in front of your students, and they're going to pick it up, and then you're going to start to spiral. And I'm like, thanks for taking my little joke and spitting on its head, but you're not wrong. So let's talk about this week. Let's talk about the controversy of the week. Also, I don't know why, but I still have this cough and it's really gross and I don't like it.
You're halfway there.
Makes me sad.
Enemy
So what has been kind of going on is that, if you don't know, there have been a lot of there's been a lot of controversy around Call of Duty to start out with, because of the pattern. Now, if you don't know what the pattern is, I'm gonna break it down real simply. Almost down to like its base. So if this is your first time hearing it, this isn't the video to kind of like catch up on it. It's just to kind of like whatever. So apparently, why did I do that? That was so stupid. Like, that was very stupid of me. So Activision has this pattern for putting gamers in the same lobby based off of microtransactions and things that they've purchased, or things that they are more likely to purchase, by subtly influencing you with different things. So, for example, if you want to be able to, if you're a sniper, right, it'll offer you the biggest sniper, the best sniper in the game, and then you'll then be put in a match with people who don't buy things, in hopes that if you're doing really well with this overpowered sniper rifle, that other people will see you having this overpowered sniper rifle, and they'll want to buy it too, and it kind of just continue. It's the cycle of give us your money, please. And then you have all the controversy with loot boxes that's been going on, which I feel like it's starting to really get on people's nerves, between Battlefield 2, Shadow of War, and just all these other games becoming these pay-to-win monsters. I think it's really becoming an issue, to the fact that we're gonna more or less see a turning point, and it's gonna be interesting to see where it goes. Even looking up at reviews, Shadow of War seems to be a really good game. That the only thing that's kind of like even minorly hinders the experience is the loot boxes. So it's kind of interesting to see how that's all falling out, and unfortunately this is just the gaming environment we live in, and there's not a lot we can do to change that. The other issue that a lot of people are currently having with the gaming markets, I feel like I should have gotten him, is that, oh, okay, that's not bad. Oh, I did pretty good. Like, I didn't do amazing, but in comparison to how past game matches have gone, I did pretty good. So instead what you're getting is this like hodgepodge of just discomforts and rage. Really, well, I don't think rage needs to be. So we'll see how this all works out. We'll see how this kind of like pans itself and kind of goes, but it's interesting to kind of see. And then we had Visceral Games closing down this week, which I mentioned it in today's past episode. That not today's episode, but a past episode of the Dead Space Storytime. It's weird because that game has become so relevant and so in the eye of people now. It's almost like I planned this, and that's impossible, and it's weird. It's weird to think about. So kind of just like, so people are talking about the death of the single player experience, and I wouldn't go that far. You know, we still have games like God of War. We still have games like Horizon Zero Dawn. Even though they're not the games people want when they're thinking about their solo experience, you have the Telltale games that have multiplayer aspects, but that's not really the big draw of the game. You have games like South Park: The Fractured Butthole that I'm playing right now. Like, so single player games do still exist, and you have games like Persona 5 and all these other things, but they all becoming fewer and far between. I think that while Visual Games being shut down is a dramatic, almost like warning shot for the era of single player games, it's not this great death tone that people are thinking it is. I think from here on out we are going to have to be much more vocal about wanting single player games as gamers, but it's not as bad as everyone thinks it is. And I know that I love indie games and I love talking about indie games, but that's another thing that is gonna really be a good help for single player experiences. It's the indie game market. The indie game, just because they don't have the ability to be all what am I what's the phrase I'm thinking of? To have the servers and have the power of a multiplayer game, they have to be single player. So I think this is another area where just single player, where the indie scene is gonna kind of like pick up the slack. Which, whether or not that's something you're gonna be okay with and into, is gonna be a different beast entirely. We've already kind of seen how, for the most part, some of the best stories to kind of come out of gaming has been through the indie scene. I mean, there has been some exceptions. I'm not saying that the only indie games have good stories nowadays. That's not true. We've played some. We've played some AAA games with amazing story and just stuff. So I'm not quite ready. I'm not quite ready to call it quits on that yet either. So besides the controversy, I do want to talk about the Blue Jay, because not only was there an iguana that tried to commit suicide, there was a Blue Jay that tried to kill itself using my vehicle as its do or die weapon, which is not exactly what I want. So again, there were a couple of Blue Jays. We don't really get Blue Jays around my house. My house is kind of surrounded by woods, and it's kind of creepy. So every now and then you get these really beautiful birds that aren't really typical for where I live. And this Blue Jay kind of like saw my car and was like, I can play double chicken with this thing. So it came out of the tree it was in, flew right in front of me as I was driving, like swung out, hovered in front of me. I'm still driving. I'm still like going. I haven't stopped the car. I'm like, oh, he'll be fine. He's just going to go across. Nope, not what he has in mind at all. And he kind of like swiped the front of my car, trying to not get killed. But this dude played double chicken with my car the day after the iguana incident. And I'm like, all the animals are suicidal. All the animals are suicidal, and like this is the beginning of the end. This is the beginning of the apocalypse. Like, thank you, Goff. This is the beginning. This is how it all happened, and I was terrified. I was terrified. Haha, gotcha, sucker. So another thing I wanna kind of talk about is Patton Oswalt. I love Patton Oswalt. He is literally the only reason why I bought Minecraft Storytime, because I absolutely hate Minecraft on like a visual level. But I heard that Patton Oswalt was in it. I'm like, oh man! So I played it. I'm not sure if like his hour-long comedy special has been out for a bit on Netflix, his new one, Annihilation, or I just finally found it. But I am so happy that it was out, and I watched it. I watched it twice this weekend, and I don't do that. I don't have time to do that anymore. It's just being able, and if you don't know, Patton Oswalt, I kind of feel bad about talking about this, because it is something that caused issues for him this past year and a half. He became a widower. A widower. So half of the comedy special is like this beautiful homage to his wife, and it was something that was both hilarious and depressing, and I've never had that experience in a comedy special before. And you can just, I don't want to grade his marriage or his coping things, but you can feel the love in like everything he's putting in to when he's talking about his wife. You can feel his love about every like moment in it, and it was beautiful. Apparently there's a things called healing journeys that you're supposed to take, or that's the phrase people have coined coming out of this shitty situation. And he does so many great jokes about it, and just the whole wanting to heal and just come out of this better than he was before, for his daughter and for himself and everything. And it was just so much fun. Like, I loved it. I'm happy that Patton's back in a way. And I hope he continues making some good shit. So I don't like that dude. Don't like Banshee Man. So yeah. Other things that happened this week is I kind of started a deal with my mom. Basically, I go to this. I'm not even sure how to call it. Like this group, this Bible group, and in return, she absolves me of all the debts, which seemed really biblical. And I felt almost like Booker DeWitt. I'm like, go to the meetings, wipe away the debts. And I don't know, it was funny to me, and it kind of put me in this this place of I want to play BioShock Infinite again. I wanna get back into it. So what I've kind of decided is that
No, don't try that.
damn it. Is that when the debt is finally paid off and I complete my end of the bargain, I'll be playing BioShock Infinite on the channel, which I can do because I don't have to play BioShock 2 in between. It's not what I have to do in that scenario. So I look forward to that. Oh, okay. I was in third place. That's cool. So that was going on. I've been really getting back into reading. I'm kind of trying to do it like just a couple hours at a time, because I don't know. Like I feel like I've been giving too much time towards gaming, even though I love it. And also, welcome number 75. Like, hi, how you doing? There's a part of me that's kind of terrified that
A new supply drop.
every time I get
Wait to hear about it.
a couple of new subscribers, because in this past month, we've gone up 6 subscribers, and that's a big deal for us. And there's always like the thought in the back of my head is like, what if they're just bots? What if none of them are real? What if I'm talking to myself? What if I'm crazy? So that's fun. But next week, I'm actually kind of worried about this week. Like, I'm worried in like a stressed out kind of way. Because this week comes Assassin's Creed Origins and Wolfenstein 2 come out. And while we will be doing a Wolfenstein 2 playthrough on the channel, I'm going to be doing a trophy hunt of Assassin's Creed Origins. And trophy hunts are a really big deal for us. To kind of just pull back the curtain. We jump in subscribers when there's a trophy hunt series going on. So for me, I'm looking at Assassin's Creed Origins and like this could be the game that gets to 100 subscribers.
LZ is hot.
And there's a couple of things I want to do once we get to 100 subscribers, which I'll talk about when it happens. When we get to 100 subscribers, I will talk about what I want to do and what I will be doing from then on. And I'm excited. I'm terrified, but I'm excited, and I think that's a good place to be. So I don't know. He was hoping we reach 100 real soon, and I don't know. I'm excited, I'm hopeful, and I'm terrified, and that's a good place to be. That is a real good place to be. Something that another thing I want to talk about just real quick is that we've been doing trophy hunting almost non-stop, and it's a good feeling. It's a good feeling to kind of just be like, trophies. I just throw over there. So, and I kind of want to talk about this real quick because I set it up a couple weeks ago and I just never talked about it because, you know, that's how you're supposed to promote things. If you guys are so inclined, I have started up a trophy hunting guild on a trophy hunting community on PSN called the Trophy Hunting Guild, and I'm really excited about it. I'm trying to do it in a way that you know, you can go for help if you want help for a specific trophy. You can ask for help. If you want to just brag about your latest platinum, you can do that there too. Just some good you know, stuff, and I'm excited. We have 4 members right now without me promoting it at all, which is amazing. I look forward to growing that as well. So it's the Trophy Hunters Guild on PSN. It has a no player icon and a really shitty wallpaper because I'm doing it. You know that's why. But that's okay. I didn't kill him. I should have killed him. So, you know, like, so I'm very excited that things are growing and I'm going, and I feel like when it comes to YouTube, and when it comes to like trophy hunting and that kind of thing, I'm constantly in the state of growth, and that's really nice especially when like there are things in my personal life that I just don't feel like I'm growing at all. That got really weird, and that's a weird note to end this on. But that's where I'm ending it, because I'm a sadist. Thank you guys for watching. I will see you guys next week. Yeah. Bye.